Hey, what's going on, guys? Mac Bluey here with 39th Parallel Investments, here with your weekly watch list video. Hope you guys had a good, nice, long weekend and a happy 4th of July, of course. Hopefully, everyone stayed safe and had a good time. But let's get into it, guys, with what we're going to be watching for this week. As usual, of course, we'll go over last week's video, kind of see how everything played out, take a look at the market, and then, of course, we'll take a look at the stocks we're going to be watching for this next week. So let's get into it just with the recap from last week. Again, we were watching Beyond. We were looking for a break of that bull flag, which obviously we got last week. That was a really nice play and a nice move from Beyond. So we'll kind of see what happens. It looks like we may try to reconsolidate in this area before hopefully going higher. So we will keep an eye on that and kind of see what that does in the future. But that was a good play. MasterCard was one we were keeping an eye on for a level break of 380. This one we never really played. Obviously, we gapped up over 380. We opened higher above that resistance and then had a huge sell off on MasterCard. So we never really got into that one. We did see another bounce on that trend line there. So that maybe is something to keep an eye on still going forward as long as that level can hold. Not too much there. Uber, bit of a fake out there over 52 is what we were keeping an eye on. So no biggie there. A bit of a false breakout. Again, same kind of thing that we'd be looking for with Beyond. We're kind of reconsolidated again on that 200 SMA. And then it looks like with the strong close on Friday that we might get that continuation this week. So we will keep an eye on that. Again, if we can hold that $52 level, I think we see another couple dollars out of Uber. So keep an eye on that. Disney, same type of deal. Never really kind of got the move we were looking for. Retested this trend resistance before bouncing off of it again. So we'll kind of see what happens there with Diz. Definitely want to see a new high, I think, before we kind of really get into it. Hopefully something over kind of 181. But we'll keep an eye on it. No biggie there. The other one, the big winner was Apple. Joel, one of our admins, called this bad boy out. We were keeping an eye on that last week. Green every day, just kept on running. So that was a really nice play and a breakout out of that pennant there. Going forward, you can obviously play the continuations there over the highs to maybe get up to all-time highs or back up to our one here. We'll kind of see what happens. I would like to see a bit of a pullback and maybe retest kind of the 136 or the 137, kind of this resistance here if we can retest that and then bounce and keep going. So I'd wait for a little bit of a pullback there, but we'll kind of see what happens there. So all in all, pretty good last week. So let's get into kind of taking a look and see where the market's at. First, of course, is SPY. You guys remember me telling you we were looking for a little bit of momentum, but we did close over all-time highs. I mean, you can clearly see what happened last week. We had a really strong week in the market. Now, there's a couple ways, again, to look at it. I have this trend line going back from here, from the highs of early 2020, kind of before the COVID dip, going all the way to these highs here. We kind of be looking like we're at trend resistance. The other way to kind of take that, if you're just looking for a channel, would be from this high back here from late 2020. You can run that up to there. It looks like we have a little bit more room to go kind of to get up to R2 before we really start hitting the top of this channel. Let me get rid of this so you can kind of see it. Again, we reestablished that bottom trend. So it wouldn't surprise me to kind of see us float around there. So that would be a really good target for SPY to hit over the next couple coming weeks. Same type of deal with the Qs. Remember, I said last week that it looked like we were breaking out. We were kind of just floating above that resistance. And again, last week we had a really strong week on the NASDAQ as well. So I expect this to continue. You maybe get a little bit of a pullback coming, but frankly, I don't see anything huge coming, at least from a technical perspective. Fundamentals, again, the only thing you really have to worry about is the inflation narrative popping back up again if it continues to get worse. But as the economy is reopening, I just think the market's going to stay strong. So nothing to worry about there. Just keep buying them dips, right? Now for this week, we only got a couple names on here, so we'll make it quick. We're keeping an eye on ABBV first and foremost. As you can see, we're forming a nice little pennant here. So we're just taking a break of this trend resistance up to the next swing high level. Next big resistance is 117. So you definitely can get a move there over the highs. Probably want to see 116 break and then take a move up and so on and so forth there. So pretty simple break there. Amazon is up next, guys. So there's a couple ways to play this. It's been kind of forming, I guess you would call it a rectangle pattern where it's just been moving sideways for a while now. So the way I'm going to be looking to play this is taking these highs here, kind of 35, 27, 28, for a run up to these all-time highs. Now that will be the big break for sure. The high up here is $3,554. That is the big resistance level, even going all the way back to September 2020. So if we can break that, we'll take a look at the weekly chart on Amazon, kind of just consolidating under that level. If we can break that, this really might make a move higher. So definitely keep an eye on that. But definitely at least next week, we'll play the break of these highs here up to all-time highs. And that would give us a nice move here, about 25 bucks. So it'd be a really nice move there. If we can keep that strength, we had good volume on Friday with a good move. So I would expect that to continue for Amazon. Next up is Netflix. Again, same type of deal with Amazon, not quite as clean, but we've been trading sideways on Netflix for a while. So I'm going to be looking for a break of this trend resistance that we have going on here. The high that you would want to see that break is 539. You could do 540 just to be safe. And then minimum, you have this bit of a gap fill up here for your target. You can kind of sit right at R1. So that'd be a really nice play. See if we can fill that gap and then possibly break out even higher on Netflix. So we'll keep an eye on that. Last but not least, guys, we're looking at Shop. It's been consolidating after this big run that we've had over the last couple of weeks. Huge volume here, and then relatively lower volume on this pullback as we're consolidating. It looks like we're forming a nice bull flag here. So we're going to be looking to take that over the high of our Friday close here. So about 1,500 even is what we're going to be looking at for a break and maybe some continuation. And we'll see if we can't get another leg up out of the break of that bull flag. So that's it, guys. Really easy peasy this week. Of course, I appreciate all the support last week. That video did really well. So thank you guys for all the support you've been showing us over the last couple of weeks. As always, leave us any questions you guys have down in the comments. We'll be sure to answer them. Other than that, have a happy week trading.